The warning. The message arrived at every human colony simultaneously. Attention all human settlements. This is Galactic Council Emergency Broadcast Alpha 9. The Devourer Fleet has been detected. Estimated arrival, 96 hours. Evacuation is impossible. We're sorry. May your final hours be peaceful. On Mars colony, Governor Rachel Torres stared at the hologram in disbelief. The Devourer Fleet? That's a myth. A legend to scare new species. Her AI assistant, Archon, spoke grimly, negative, Governor. Cross-referencing historical databases. The Devourers are real. They've consumed 47 civilizations in the last 10,000 years. No survivors. Ever. How long until they reach Earth? 4 days. Mars, 3 days. Rachel felt her blood turn to ice. Humanity had only been spacefaring for 80 years. They had colonies on Mars, the Moon, and 3 exoplanets. Total population, 12 billion. Against the species that had ended 47 civilizations. Get me Earth Command. Now. Chapter 1, The Council's Surrender. The Emergency Galactic Council session was chaos. Ambassador David Park represented humanity, the newest and smallest member species. You're just giving up. David shouted. The Devourers haven't even arrived yet. Council leader Jadar, a crystalline being who had lived for 800 years, spoke with tired resignation. Unhuman, we've tried fighting them 16 times. Every fleet we sent was destroyed. Every weapon we used was ineffective. They are inevitable. So your plan is to hide? Run. Our plan is survival, another counselor snapped. We retreat to the sanctuary worlds, dimensions they cannot reach. Wait for them to pass. And what about the species that can't evacuate in time? Silence. You're abandoning them, David said quietly. We're being realistic, Jadar replied. Humanity is welcome in the sanctuaries. You have 71 hours to evacuate your essential population. Perhaps 200 million can be saved. And the other 11.8 billion? We're sorry. David stood, jaw clenched. Humanity doesn't run. We fight. Then humanity dies, Jadar said sadly. Like the 47 before you. Chapter 2, Earth's Decision. The emergency session of the United Earth Government lasted 4 hours. In the end, the vote was unanimous. President Maria Santos addressed the planet. Citizens of Earth, Mars, Luna, and all human colonies. You've heard the news. The Devourer Fleet is coming. The Galactic Council is evacuating. They've offered us 200 million sanctuary slots. She paused, staring directly into the camera. We declined. Gasps across the planet. Humanity has faced extinction before. Ice ages. Plagues. Asteroids. Wars. Every single time, we've had 2 choices, run or fight. And every single time, we chose to fight. Today is no different. But we'll die, someone shouted from the assembly. Maybe, Maria agreed. Probably. But we'll die on our feet, not our knees. And if we're going down, we're taking them with us. She leaned forward. I'm activating the Last Stand Protocol. Every person, every resource, every weapon, every ship, everything humanity has built in 200,000 years of existence ends here. We make our stand. Not because we'll win. But because we're human. And humans don't surrender. Chapter 3, 72 Hours, Preparation. The transformation was unprecedented. Every factory on Earth converted to weapons production. Every spaceship, civilian, commercial, military, armed and mobilized. Every human with military training reported for duty. And millions without training volunteered anyway. This is insane, said Admiral Chen aboard the flagship Indomitable. We have 3,000 ships. They destroyed a fleet of 50,000. Then we need to be smarter, replied Dr. Sarah Kim, Chief of Earth's Science Division. We can't outgun them. But maybe, we can outthink them. Explain. Sarah pulled up schematics. The Devourers are ancient. They use strategies that worked 10,000 years ago. But humanity? We've perfected warfare. We've studied every battle in our history. Thermopylae. Agincourt. Stalingrad. Midway. Those were all defensive victories. Exactly. We don't need to destroy them completely. We just need to make them bleed. Make them pay for every inch. Make them regret coming here. Admiral Chen smiled grimly. Guerrilla warfare. But in space. Welcome to humanity's specialty, making the impossible hurt. Chapter 4, 48 Hours, The Volunteers. Jameson was 67 years old. Retired teacher. Bad knees. Worse eyesight. He stood in line at the recruitment center anyway. Sir, the young officer said gently, you don't have to. Yes, I do, Jameson interrupted. My grandchildren are on Mars. If we're making a stand, I'm standing with them. The officer looked at the line behind Jameson. Thousands. Elderly. Young. Civilians who'd never held a weapon. We're calling it the Silver Squadron, the officer said quietly. Ships crewed by volunteers. Retrofitted civilian vessels. Armed with whatever we can mount. You understand. That it's a suicide mission. Jameson smiled. Son, we're all on a suicide mission now. Might as well go down swinging. Across Earth, similar scenes repeated. 4.2 million volunteers. More than Earth's entire military. We can't train them all, an officer protested. We don't need to, replied General Amara, overall military commander. We just need them to be brave. And humans? We're very good at brave. Chapter 5, 24 Hours, The Trap. Dr. Kim's team worked without sleep. It's done, she announced. The minefield is deployed. Admiral Chen studied the tactical display. 2.4 million mines scattered across the solar system's approach vectors. Not just mines, Sarah corrected. Smart mines. They'll wait until the Devourer formation enters the kill zone, then activate simultaneously. They won't destroy the fleet, but it'll hurt them. Slow them down. Make them cautious. Phase 1 complete. What's Phase 2? Sarah smiled darkly. We make them angry. Meanwhile, on Mars. Governor Torres addressed her colony. The first fleet will engage the Devourers at Jupiter. The second fleet will hit them at the asteroid belt. And if they make it past that, we're the third fleet. Mars doesn't run. Mars doesn't hide. Mars fights. We're a mining colony, someone shouted. Not soldiers. No, Torres agreed. We're miners. Which means we know how to move rocks. Big rocks. Fast rocks. And the Devourers? They're about to learn what happens when you piss off people who throw asteroids for a living. Chapter 6, 0 Hour, First Contact. The Devourer Fleet emerged from FTL at the edge of the solar system. 2,000 ships. Each the size of a city. Weapons that could crack planets. Leading them, the Devourer Overmind, a consciousness spread across the entire fleet. Another primitive species. This will take hours at most. Then the mines activated. 2.4 million explosions lit up space simultaneously. The Devourer Fleet's shields held. Mostly. But 17 ships were destroyed outright. What? Admiral Chen's voice crackled across open channels. Welcome to Sol System, you bastards. Enjoy your stay. It'll be your last. The human First Fleet, 800 ships, screamed out of Jupiter's shadow at maximum burn. They didn't try to fight fair. They fought dirty. Suicide drones. Relativistic kinetic missiles. Nuclear mines attached to Devourer hulls by kamikaze pilots. Ramming speed, shouted Captain Wei of the destroyer Relentless, steering his dying ship directly into a Devourer dreadnought's engine section. Both ships exploded. They're insane, the Overmind broadcast in shock. Negative, responded a human AI. We're just human. There's a difference. Now let's see if you can take what you dish out. Chapter 7, The Asteroid Belt, Phase 2. The Devourers, now reduced to 1,600 ships, approached the asteroid belt cautiously. They detected the Second Fleet, 1,200 human ships, including the Silver Squadron volunteers. But that wasn't the real threat. Now, Governor Torres commanded from Mars. Humanity had spent 48 hours attaching engines to asteroids. Big asteroids. And aiming them. 300 asteroids, each weighing millions of tons, suddenly accelerated to 0.3% light speed. Straight at the Devourer formation. Evasive. Too late. The asteroids hit like the fist of God. Devourer ships shattered. Formations scattered. Shields overloaded. And the Second Fleet pounced. Jameson, piloting a retrofitted mining ship, armed only with a mining laser and a cargo hold full of explosives, flew straight into a Devourer carrier's hangar bay. For my grandkids, he whispered, and detonated. The carrier exploded from within. Across the battlefield, similar stories repeated. The Silver Squadron, old, young, untrained, threw themselves at the enemy with reckless determination. Why won't they retreat? The Overmind screamed. Because retreat isn't in their vocabulary, Admiral Chen replied calmly. Now let me show you Phase 3.